We are a gateway to the US market. We take the international brand and help them find distributors or help them directly sell in the US market, advertise in the US market. We helped some clients even get certified by the FDA. We helped some get the rules of transfer and tariffs. So it's not only advertising on TV, though it's our biggest chunk, but whatever we do underneath is the operation behind what.
You have found Authentic Business Adventures, the business program that brings you the struggle stories and triumphant successes of business owners across the land. Downloadable audio episodes can be found in the podcast link found at drawincustomers.com. We are locally underwritten by the Bank of Sun Prairie, Calls on Call Extraordinary Answering Service, as well as the Bold Business Book and Live Switch. Today, we are welcoming / preparing to learn from Rihab Abouzaki of This and That Communications. We are talking about marketing, which is something that every business owner should know about. So, Rehab, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Tell me a story about This and That Communications. How long have you been in the marketing game?
It's relatively new. I'm not new in marketing and advertising. I'm born to it. My family has a legacy media in the Middle East and Gulf, and we started in the company within like almost a year.
All right.
In the US particularly.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I'm not
Now,
new in business. I have like 25 years experience in the Middle East, Dubai, and US.
All right. So let's just start there. From a marketing standpoint, what has been the major difference between that corner of the country, or corner of the world, I should say, as compared to the US?
Lot of cultural differences, you can say, and different mediums. Like here we have the CTV advertising. There it's not available, or it's basically confined to the suppliers of the streaming TV streaming TV in general. And in the US we have almost 300 plus advertising streaming TV channels, which allow advertisers to advertise on them. So completely different game. Culturally, of course, the US is a different market completely, and yeah, it's a there lot of sun for sure. You miss here.
Right on. So, from a culture point of view, tell me about that, because my perception is that it's more censored, but I don't know if that's necessarily accurate.
Yeah, it's not accurate at all. It's not censored at all.
Okay.
Depends what you mean by censored. I mean, in the US, there is really the highest censorship you can ever, or the cancel culture. Let's call it cancel culture. There, they don't have anything like that. You are, as long as you don't hurt anybody or the country itself, you're a free person to wish and do and like what you want.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, cancel culture is pretty.
Yeah, the perceptive, perceptive of censorship is different completely from one country to another. Like here, it's more. I mean, everywhere it's political, like censorship and guidelines. I call them guidelines because you don't want to hurt your country, you don't want to hurt your society, you don't want to pass the wrong messages or so on. So, as companies, we are not in the geopolitical environment. We don't need to really censor anybody or cancel anybody. We are
Fair.
just business people.
Fair. Tell me about the messaging difference between the two countries or the two areas. Because I imagine, I guess, as I'm thinking about this, even in the US, message that way may work in Texas, may not necessarily work in New York or California or Florida or something of that nature. So I imagine going between the I'm trying to think of different cities by you.
The country, actually, you can say from San Francisco to Washington D.C., you have hundreds of differences and attitudes and all type of customer profile, you can say. There's always the message of advertising is for positive and how to say, like, likability, agreeability,
Sure.
and it's always gonna be there. Like, this is actually is gonna be our message, whether we are serving an international client or the US client. The
Okay.
Especially the middle range brands, they all strive to grow. They all strive to represent themselves in the best way. So really, advertising is connection. It's all about connection, connecting people, cultures, and environments, and of course, the consumer to product.
Sure. Is the attention span different in different parts of the world that you market in? I'm
Yeah,
imagining, or I guess remembering the automotive ads from the 1950s and 60s. There was a ton of text. Some ads were almost entirely text with just a few images.
yeah,
Now, there's no way that would fly by us. They want 2 words, maybe 3 words at most.
yeah.
So
The
tell me
attention.
what you've seen there.
Yeah, the consumer attention span has reduced by so much, and especially when on the level of the kids, or let's say the younger generation, because of social media and the engagement all day, every day, that they keep, how to say, focused on very flashy moves and very flashy activities online. But in the Middle East, you see more reading. I noticed that you can see people read more and more diverse, more informed than the US market. The US consumer is limited to what I want today. And the Middle East is a tougher market, so it's more of what I can do to myself, what I can achieve, how can I compete, because the competition is very high.
Oh, interesting. Tell me about the competition in the Middle East there from a marketing standpoint.
The consumer is more informed, like, you know it's it's a game of spots. Like, you have to appear more to find to compete, like, to be on top of the consumer market, or even the service market. Word of mouth matters. Here it's more of you have a fancy ad, you reach everywhere. It's a lighter game, let's say, though it seems different from the level of consumer. Like, the consumer in the US feels like they are overwhelmed with brands. But actually, if you consider the level of competition in other countries, it's kind of equal or more.
Oh, really? Okay, more in other countries or more in the
Yes, of
US?
course. Like, you have the made in UAE, made in Saudi Arabia, made in UK, made in Europe in general, all types, made in China, made in India. Here you find more of made in China, made in the US mostly. Like,
Oh,
these are the
interesting.
two markets that are the sources of. But in other countries, there are more sources, of course.
That is a very good point because I can remember I had a shirt and I want to say it was said something like made in Bangladesh. And I was thinking, I don't think I've ever had a product that was made, I mean, outside of the China, US, maybe Vietnam, something like that, outside of those countries,
Yeah,
it's pretty rare that we see
yeah,
something made in any other country. Like you never see
yeah.
Australia or something like that.
Exactly. There you can find more, in general, in the Middle East and Europe, you can find more brands. And they are all interested to enter the US market. We are a gateway to the US market. You know, as a company, we take the international brand and help them find distributors, or help them directly sell in the US market, advertise in the US market. We helped some clients even get certified by the FDA. We helped some get the rules of transfer and tariffs and all that. So it's not only advertising on TV, though it's our biggest chunk, but whatever we do underneath is the operation behind what makes the international brand come into the US and successfully launch and progress.
Oh, that's interesting. So that goes way beyond just marketing alone.
Yes.
Tell me, so what kind of company, what kind of product company would come to you saying, "Hey, we want to break into the US market"? Are we talking shoes, clothes, pots and pans? What are we talking about here?
Those are important, of course, but also those are like probably not only the, like for example the dates market now with the sugar fear all over the US and the level of caution for where is our product being processed and where it is made and grown and how it is grown. So for example the Saudi dates are very competitive in the market, and most of the Saudi producers would love to be in the US because and would love to find the distributors in the US because they are authentic. They are the land, like wild salmon in the Atlantic. You have the dates from Saudi Arabia, and this is very healthy, very vetted type of product, and those are huge markets. For example, especially in Ramadan, in the times of fasting, in the times of Christian fasting also, and several reasons like reducing sugar, going keto. Those are markets for such product.
All right. So a date farmer or company comes to you and they're like, "Hey, we want to break into the US market." You
Yes,
help them navigate the FDA, the shipping,
of
the
course.
marketing, all that.
Or arrange distributors or advertise them to get distributors. It depends on what exactly is their theme, their target, what exactly they want to from the market, or they found a distributor, they want to just help them use the advertising budget with cultural touch. The advertising agency in the US alone without that background may not really understand the brand that's coming, for example, from the UK, from Spain. The culture, the message should also keep the authenticity of the product.
All right. Does the language barrier, is there a language barrier that
We
gets in the
have a
way?
lot of multi-language people. I myself is a multi-language person. I speak Arabic and English and very little Spanish.
All right. Well, I speak very little Spanish too. So, but I don't have Arabic under my
Yeah,
under my
it's
wing.
very important to understand the brand from their origin and then help them grow in the market because really cultural differences are uh, so good if you understand them and present them in the right way.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Tell me a story. The date thing is really interesting to me because you're mixing a few things there. One is you're talking about a product that can spoil, that has to be shipped a pretty large distance,
No,
and it's a product. What's it? That's correct, right?
no, it's the same.
No.
It's the same as shipping from China, shipping from any place in the world.
Okay. True. 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 I
Things
guess
has
my point there is that when somebody wants dates, they want to go to the grocery store or gas station, wherever they are picking up their dates. They're not saying, "Hey, I want to wait 3 weeks or something like this for the dates to show up. I just want to buy my dates right now at this moment," which means that
no,
they have to be shipped and warehoused and stored and all that kind of stuff
no.
well
You find
before
a
a marketing campaign is
distributor.
working.
No, when you find a distributor, you don't ship for one person. You find a distributor, they ship like Costco, for example. They buy a lot of dates from Saudi Arabia, from Mexico, from several parts of the world, and they follow. They have their own, how to say, their own list of demands. Like you satisfy those conditions, which are FDA or the US market needs, and even you get meat from New Zealand. You get all types of products. It's not about it's not a one day job. It's a distributor, and you have products from India, authentic products, food products, and garments from India, and they are fabrics in from India are one of the highest selling products in the US. So when they decide to get into the market, it depends what product you're talking about. Advertising is for everybody, and sometimes it depends on who's asking what question, but as a gateway to the US, we know that we have a streaming advertising service that can reach 117 to 120 million Americans in their household, in their living room every week. So this is what we care about. This is what we study, and then we amend all messages to satisfy those this target market.
Gotcha. I guess my point was the advertising has to take place and get people triggered to actually go out and purchase the item. In this case, a consumable that can expire. So it's kind of a chicken and egg scenario. Which comes first, the advertising or the
Oh,
distributing?
always the distribution. Always there is a process between assigning the distributor in the U.S. and finishing all the legal terms and placing the orders and manufacturing or packing the products, and then when you know that the product is ready to sell, then you create the advertising campaign and you launch it. Launching cannot happen with unprepared companies. This is a
Okay.
failure. This is a recipe for failure.
Tell me, tell me a story about the cost of marketing and advertising versus what I can expect for sales for a new company. Because I know that if I'm Nike and I'm selling shoes, I know roughly how many shoes I'm going to sell, give or take, and what it's going to cost me from an advertising point of view. But if I'm trying to break into a new market, I
Yeah.
know that's going to cost a lot of money from an advertising point of view, but I don't necessarily know what the direct return is going to be if there's a return. So, how do you navigate that?
There's always a return. First, we make a lot of market studies. We have reports coming from all international and local search companies or research companies. For example, like AC Nielsen and those, they give you the exact market, the exact size of the market, and where it is selling, and how it is selling, and the prices, and all. And then this will be conveyed to the product company, and then they based on based on what they want to do in the market, we get the category of, for example, the age group, the demographics, the states. For example, if it's a product that is attracting a certain group of people, students, older age, market related to cars, and so on. So all those things matter, and we gather all this information and we appropriate the message to reach the market.
All right. So, that when you have all that data
But
and
you
you
can
have a
start. Yeah, sorry, I forgot that you asked for the cost. You can start with $5,000 a month for an international brand to start their launch in the US. You can start with 10,000, with 20,000, depending on how fast you wanna fulfill the market.
okay. What is the toughest part of all this? Is it tough to find distributor, tough to find advertising, tough to find the data? Where's the most difficult portion?
The most difficult is finding the distributor, and especially the distributor who is like on board with your plans. There are some distributors, they say, I don't want to expand to that category, or I don't want to add more brands to my profile. Some people are looking. It's like the connection between someone great in the international market and someone who has control over the distribution, like which states are they in. Fred Meyer, are they in Costco, are they in certain like branded chains, are they in Walmart, and so on. Some companies do pick up from directly from the supplier or become a distributor. There are several details that we and the brand go through until we reach the proper marketing plan, so that we can present them in the US market.
Gotcha. Let's talk about the distributor a little bit because I guess I don't know anything about this world, so I'm very curious. You have a port in somewhere, and that's got to go to another port, let's say in the US, and end up at a store in Arkansas or
Yeah.
someplace like that. Is the distributor, there must be multiple distributors between
Yes.
port
The
to the final
US,
store, right?
actually, the system is very developed in the US. You don't have much to worry about when you are satisfying all the requirements of the US market, especially from, as I say, the FDA or similar, like quality control bodies, certificates, or something. Then you move on with finding the distributor by reaching out either through becoming a participant in conferences or in expos, or just direct contact or advertising campaign or sampling. So many details go on, but the port systems are really the easiest part. They
All
are the
right.
easiest part. Distributors are very developed in the US. Really, you see the chain markets are very developed. Each state has its own big chains, small chains, specialized sales points, and also the online market. You have the Amazon distribution alone. It's a huge market.
Mm-hmm. Fair. Tell me a story about the percentages because I'm curious about this. Let's just say you got a widget, a bag of dates, whatever it is, that's $100. Is that $100? How much of that is going towards distributor? How much do you expect to go towards advertising? It's just I work with a lot of students that are starting their business, and from a business planning point of view, I'm like, just because you get $100 in revenue does not mean that that's $100
Yes,
profit.
the growth, of
So
course, especially with the
help me
tax.
understand those percentages.
Yeah, if suppose the brand wants to launch in the US, and they first have to know how much is the cost of the distribution, means what Fred Meyer will be charging them to sit in the Fred Meyer shelf, for example, or Amazon will charge you to be selling on Amazon. This is the market commission kind of, and then you have um, the distributor themselves. They want to make their own money, which goes between 25 to 35% minimum. And then you have the marketing fees or the advertising fees, which are the advertising between production of the videos, changing languages if needed, appropriation to the market, and then this another, like, with this 25% goes to the channels where we pay them, for example, to Paramount or to Hulu, to Netflix, and Prime Video, to be on their to show the ad on their platform.
Gotcha. Right there, you're already over 50% right there. So
Yeah,
it just
exactly.
helps people understand the cost of things isn't directly or
Yeah, now
only
with
the
the
cost.
with the online marketing, lot of gaps has been filled by easier and cheaper products. Sorry, cost, and CTV alone has reached like a very high level of saving you the try and error. Like, your
Mm-hmm.
demographics. I want to reach the people who are interested in sports. So for example, I'll give you an example. FIFA is going to happen in Saudi Arabia in a couple of years, right? That event will need to advertise on TV. So we have the category in the US that is interested in the FIFA, who has the money to travel and who has the interest in the World Cup. So this category will be targeted with the ads, whether it's online or on CTV, and it gives them the ease to come into the event. Some other, like, for example, a beer event in Germany, or a marathon in Dubai, or I mean, you name it. There are hundreds and thousands of very interesting events in the international market, and they are interested to bring U.S. Citizens and American consumers to participate in that. There's the
Yeah,
travel market, so many, the tourism, the real estate, the investment.
you raised an interesting point that I want to ask you about because you mentioned FIFA in a few years. I think it's coming to the US. Is it this year?
Yes, in San
So
Francisco.
I would imagine that there are some brands, international brands, that want to break into that market, but they're not necessarily interested in breaking in the market forever. They're interested
Yes,
in being in the
campaign.
market while there's a bunch of people with their eyes on the World Cup. So do
Correct.
you work with brands that are interested in that?
Yes. Yes,
All right.
this is a high season for the international brands to show up in the American market and to present themselves to the American consumer. Sometimes, as I said, on a very high level to find distributors to at least introduce the concept. Sometimes to just help their distributor to sell more.
Okay. And how is that, I guess, from a marketing standpoint, how do you tackle that differently than a company that wants to get in here in the US, let's say, on a more permanent level?
Of course, permanent is cheaper than you get a retainer. It's always the brands will look for the level of support from the platforms as a new category. The streaming TV is a new category altogether in the US, considered new like less than 10 years, and it's growing very fast. So the platforms always give you a lot of incentives, like if you book that much of spots, I can give you those much of spots free, and we take that and we give it to the client. So it's really supporting by longevity, kind of by presenting or changing the commercial production as a part of the cost and using AI.
I do want to ask you because you were talking about the streaming services and the data that they have. They're trying to push ads, all that jazz. I imagine they're given a dashboard of some kind saying, "Hey, we have this many views and all that jazz."
Yeah,
How okay, is that true?
yes, the client needs and should have all statistics about who saw the ad, how did it perform, who clicked to their website, who clicked to or gave a review on their website or Google or on the social media. Always the feedback is on daily basis. This is the nice thing about the new system in CTV, which is the streaming TV platforms. They give you instant by instant or daily or weekly performance reviews, and it's very helpful for your financial growth, because like when something is not working, you can immediately like catch it in the right time, not before we used to wait 1 month or as long as the ad finish on TV and then get the report from the TV um, stations and so on. So now the platforms are just live.
And how detailed is the information that they're giving you? Because they would know user, at least based on username and password,
Yeah,
and they would know time of day and show watched and things of that nature.
yeah.
So, what information are they sharing with you, and what information do you
Age
really pay attention to?
age group, clicks and reviews, and the timing of the day, of course the number of minutes been like there those ads on Prime and all, they are non-stoppable, like you cannot stop it and then forward. It has to go as it is, so you cannot stop them, and this shows you exactly how many people watched and what timing. And now that you have the streaming TV, that you are allowed and have the opportunity to tune into your device anytime you want, means you have 24 hours of prime time. You remember when we used to kids, like we used to have the morning prime time and the evening prime time on TV advertising, and those are higher spots, and then in the daytime different different programs have different ratings. Now we have the same, but also it's, for example, for the first 10 movies in the US, or for the first 100 movies running in the or the top 10 on Netflix, and so on. So different types of analysis and rating, but at the same time it's better and more accurate data.
Are they? I guess I have to apologize because I don't know how Netflix or Prime is charging for their advertisements. Are they charging based on number of views or length of video, or what are they? How are they charging?
Different metrics. They charge on the running itself, the ads, and basically the spots, and also some extra for the clicks. Like if you have, depends on some informative ads, or some ads you can click on them and go to the website, and each perform differently, but. But the information, whatever you choose, whether based on viewer or based on clicks, you can get the feedback on that level, on that accuracy level.
Okay. And as someone that spent what I would consider to be too much on online advertising, at least for the return that I've gotten, some of the metrics that I feel that I've gotten, and this is not talking about TV stuff, this is really Meta and Google and stuff like that. I feel like the data that I was given was not, I didn't feel was accurate.
Yes.
Like the number of
Do you know
views
why?
and clicks and all that kind of stuff.
I appreciate your question, because the data that is on Instagram, for example, 95 million Instagram bots are considered I mean, those what Instagram says about them means they give you a feedback where it's running through bots, and you can never tell if it's a real person. But on TV, it's like always a real person. Like the bot will not open your TV and
Okay.
a Netflix movie. So that is the accuracy with the same cost. Now with the platforms helping all agents like us, it's the same cost almost. And actually, the um, uh, the Google, and even Google now is local. Like, the geography. Google now has localizations, means you can think that all the US is seeing your ad, but actually it's not. It's more localized ads, and that affects your performance. If you are a national product and you are only being viewed, for example, on the West Coast more, or so on, and that affects your performance without you knowing the detail what happened, or you see the clicks, but those are bot clicks, or not specialized clicks. The demographic is different. While on the streaming TV, same cost, better performance, and much higher return on investment.
Oh, nice. Tell me, let's get to the ads themselves, because you have to create video ads, and those video ads have to look good on a phone, and they have to look good on some 100-inch monstrosity TV.
Yeah.
But it's got to be the same ad, I imagine, right?
Yes.
So how do you
Actually,
get?
those are technical specifications are decided by the platforms. Usually, we suggest with the client like what exactly they should be, and either they shoot them or we help them with AI. We help them. Now the creativity is much easier. You don't have to worry about the same cost like it used to be. It used to take like $100,000 to shoot an advertisement, and now you can have much less cost. Sometimes, if they are good in AI, they can get even a cheaper, like than $1,000 worth of creative that works with the platforms.
Okay. Have you ever worked with? I'm thinking the word influencer, right? Even though that seems to be overused, but some famous or some person that seems to have some sway on public opinion in any of the ads that you've done?
No, not yet. We are planning to add a category for business talent if they want to make their own podcast or channel or something. we will be working with someone. We are very picky because we don't want to go into someone who is not authentic and or doesn't have the actual um, strong base, in terms of information. But we are ready to advertise. Let's say, I don't know, I don't call them gurus or influencers. They are opinion leaders. If someone, opinion leader, or can change people's lives, like Joe Dispenza, or someone in business. I mean, I want the business side, not the spiritual. But yeah, we are ready to take talents for sure.
Gotcha. Very cool. Tell me about what is the question I have? How business owners can tell whether their advertising efforts or marketing efforts, when do they actually know, hey, this worked, or hey, this didn't work?
We do testing. The platforms allow us to do testing, and we know what works in terms of creative, the reflection. Like someone shows you two different ads for example, for the jacket you're wearing, and then you tell, like, I like it this way, I like this way, like I like the movie, the creative itself, the commercial. So we do the testing and we see which one performs better, and we trust it and move forward with more budget. But the good part is when you have accuracy of reporting on daily and weekly level, um, it makes it known and easier. Like you don't risk anymore the same way that used to be.
All right.
And having no bots makes your budget always perform much better.
Oh my god, the whole bot thing. I've seen the phone farms where they just have thousands of phones.
Yeah.
Doing things that you probably don't want to do, but you're like, oh my gosh, look at all these views and clicks I have.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Tell me a story about some of the things that you've seen business owners do in their advertising and marketing that did not work out well. Not necessarily that you were a part of it, that you saw it and they're like, oh my gosh, I could have told you not to do that.
Yeah, I suggest to companies who have a proper brand not to go on Instagram. Like Instagram is the fakeness of all fakes, kind of.
Ah,
You know, it's everybody who has a camera and has a microphone and something to say. They prepare those training courses online, and they do through AI or whatever, and they record and they sell you $5,000 high ticket, and it's not a high ticket at all. They give you like 500 videos of modules, and they tell you, if you follow me and you take my course, you will be like the number one in your category. And those are all very damaging to Instagram itself. Like they really have failed drastically. I bet everybody from COVID till now has recorded themselves or have participated in numerous online courses that never reached anywhere, and they never had the time to finish them all, never had the enough information to get to where they want to be. So it's like, this is what I tell entrepreneurs: do not fall for high ticket online sales. It's all a gimmick, and psychologically it's not possible to follow all those models, and I was one of them. I failed for so many. I took so many digital courses that never reached anywhere.
oh no.
Yeah.
You know, it's so interesting that you say that because you remind me of a conversation I just had with some buddies. One of his kids asked the question, if you could say one thing to everybody on the earth at one time, what would it be? And I said, keep it moving. And another guy said, send $10 to this address.
That's sweet.
And I'm like, oh my God, that may have
Yeah.
accomplished more.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Do not trust high ticket sales. Those courses that they sell online, it's properly you're never gonna get anything out of it. And because Instagram does not vet like FCC, means the one who is on TV will definitely make sure that you get what you buy from them. And the one on Instagram, nobody is, he's not accountable to anything. Like they give you and they say, sorry, you didn't finish the course, you didn't give it enough time, you are dumb, you're not, you're stupid, or so, like they give you a lot of different reasons other than their complex course that didn't work.
Oh, interesting. So help me with that though. So the FCC gets involved even when you're talking about streaming services?
It's all involved, of course. You have to be the brands that go on TVs are not cannot be fake. They are licensed. They are authentic. It's the streaming TV is a verifiable brand accuracy or authenticity. They
Oh,
don't
interesting.
allow any fake person or people. I mean, other than the news, whatever happens in the news is different. I'm talking from the level of commercial brands. There are, of course, vetting processes on the FCC level that the platform allows you to advertise based on who is the brand, what's their qualifications, and so on. Like you're selling shoes, you need to have the shoes company, and
Interesting.
you can sell shoes from your bedroom and on
All right.
Instagram.
Huh. Let's shift gears and talk about your business specifically. Tell me about the name. Where did the name come from?
This and that. It comes from me and the team. Most of us are multinational people who travel most of the world. And like, we are so interested in the international market, and we also work for and we know how important streaming TV and online authenticity in the US for the middle range brands. We're not talking about multi-billion dollar brands. Those don't need us, or maybe they don't give any attention to companies, small companies like us, and our clients who are also a growing brand. We want to support the middle range and small brands to grow in the same way that any agency supports Nike to grow. Like when they produce a new product, how they go with through the advertising, you get the same service even when you are a smaller brand with a smaller budget and certain complexities and limitations to your financial support. So this and that comes from this market and that market.
Got it. Very
And we are
clever.
all about communication and connection. So we are this and that communications.
I love it. Tell me a story also about your logo. Your logo, I think I even complimented you on your logo, whatever, a couple months ago. It's so cool with
Yeah.
the, I don't know, it's just iconic. So tell me about that. Who
Thank you.
designed
I
it? How'd you
appreciate
come
it.
up with it?
Well, I designed it and I came up with it by the idea like this and that, the level of telling people like this and that. Like, accountability. What we sell is we are a partner of accountability and of successful results. So when I point on you, like I know that there's something related that I hold responsibility, you hold responsibility. And I'm talking about the positive responsibility, not distributing the blame, distributing the successful results. So it, it feels like this and that is a channel to to give and take successful ideas and results actually. And of course the green is coming from my obsession with green.
Your obsession with green?
Yeah, I love it. It's I mean, I love all colors, but when I came to Oregon, I used to live in Dubai, and it's all the sand color, the and all. And then I came to Oregon, and this green lush of Oregon
Oh, yeah.
was very impressive to me. And though I was very cold at the beginning, I very long time to adapt to cold, but I suggested it and they tried it in different colors. And of course, we do testing and we do ask people, we do focus groups, and everybody loved the green. And so we thought it's communication is life, and we are a lively company.
I love it. I love it. I have a company that's got green as its color as well, and it's fun color.
Well,
Yeah.
if you want help in your research to logo, please let me know. We
Sure.
are we welcome and we would love to help you even for free.
Nice. Very nice. Tell me about your team. How did you find and hire your team?
We have a team of producers. Of course, qualifications need to be the number one, and personality. I like people who have like wacky ideas that can become perfect golden strategies. We have lot of people who like lot of designers and production people mostly who like they love I what I look for and what I connect with is the people who, like, when they talk to you they feel as if they are in your shoes, like they check with you what are your concerns, what are your targets, what are your values, what are your logos, your goals. So like what are your preferences, and then we work from there in. We don't impose our ideas on the client. We just vet and improve and sculpture their ideas and how they want to represent their brands, because I believe that the brand owners, when they created a brand, they know what they are doing. They are the best representation of their own brand. So as an advertiser, you want to become the filter that brings them to the consumer in the way they think about themselves, unless of course you need to amend or advise, or the market tells you, like, if I want uh, to advertise something, for example, I want to advertise something related to visual to old people, like they think old people are interested in this, and I come and tell them, sorry, the category that is more interested in your product is related to middle-aged women, or to students who need your service, and so on. So we amend the commercial based on that.
Gotcha. That is awesome. Tell me, is there any piece of advice that you would give to a business owner that was interested in coming, let's say, coming either to the US or branching out of the US?
I will advise, don't go with very big companies. We intentionally decided to stay as a boutique, as a small company. I mean, even if our operation grows and we are supporting 100 clients, we don't want to become a giant company who doesn't know what's happening on every level. Become a partner with your advertiser, whether it's us or other companies, because they will be the more focused with you, the more interested in you. You know, this is like, search for your marketing partner as much as you search for your distribution partner, because like advertising budgets can fly very easy, you know, if you are
Very
with the
quickly.
wrong if you are with the wrong company.
Fair. Totally
Yeah.
fair. Rehab, I appreciate you being on the show. What is a website where people can reach you at?
Our website is this n the letter n that communications.com, and they can reach me on LinkedIn. They can search me Rihab Abouzaki, and they can find us on your episode.
Yeah, you got it. Best place here. I love it. This has been Authentic Business Adventures, the business program that brings you the struggle stories and triumphant successes of business owners across the land. My name is James Cademan, and Authentic Business Adventures is brought to you by Calls on Call, offering call answering and receptionist services for service businesses across the country, on the web at callsoncall.com. And of course, the Bold Business Book, a book for the entrepreneur in all of us, available wherever fine books are sold, as well as Live Switch. With Live Switch, you can take live videos with your clients to save you time and money. Check them out at liveswitch.com. If you're listening or watching this on the web, if you could do us a huge favor, give it a big old thumbs up, subscribe, and of course, share with your entrepreneurial friends, especially those friends that may need some marketing help. or they want to branch out to different ports across the world, Rehab is your person here. We'd like to thank your wonderful listeners as well as our guest, Rehab of This and That Communications. Rehab, can you tell us that website one more time?
www.thisandthatcommunications.com.
Right on. That's this and the letter N, that communications.com. Perfect. Pat, yeah, thanks for being on the show. Past episodes can be found morning, noon, and night at the podcast link found at drawincustomers.com. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next week. I want you to stay awesome. And if you do nothing else, enjoy your business.